You are not in a war with your body. I know it feels this way. I know some days it feels like your body is the enemy, the thing standing between you and the life you're trying to live. But here's what I want you to consider today: your body is your oldest friend, and it has been trying to get your attention in the only language it knows, not punishment, communication. Let me walk you through the symptom map. Each complaint you've been trying to fix is actually a signal. Each complaint you've been trying to fix is actually a signal. And when you learn to read it, everything changes. Bloating after eating, even clean food, this is often cortisol driven gut inflammation. When cortisol is elevated, gut motility slows and inflammation increases. The bloating is not a food intolerance problem first, it's a cortisol problem. Waking at 3 a.m., classic blood sugar crash. Cortisol rises in the early morning to manage blood sugar. If blood sugar is unstable, that cortisol surge happens early and wakes you up. Your body is not broken. It's managing a blood sugar problem that began at dinner. The 3 p.m. energy crash, this is insulin overcompensation. The high cortisol morning led to high insulin at lunch, which led to low blood sugar at 3 p.m. The crash is not a willpower failure. It was set up at 7 a.m. Sugar cravings, not addiction, not weakness. The body reaching for the fastest available sugar raise when it's in a mineral depleted, cortisol flooded, insulin unstable state. The craving is intelligent. It's asking for something real. Fear that something is fundamentally wrong, the one I want to address directly. The fear makes the symptoms worse because fear activates cortisol, which activates every other symptom on this list. The cycle feeds itself, but understanding the mechanism breaks the fear. That's what this episode is for. I want to introduce you to a concept that's going to change how you think about your body: metabolic safety. Your body heals when it feels safe, not psychologically safe, biologically safe. There is a specific psychological state: cortisol regulated, blood sugar stable, nervous system in parasympathetic mode, adequate sleep, in which fat loss, hormonal balance, cycle regularity, and cellular repair all happen naturally. When that safety state is absent, the body does the opposite. It stores fat, disrupts hormones, suppresses thyroid, and fragments sleep, not as punishment, but as survival. And that's amazing for the human who was in the woods, not for us now. The entire blossoming corner approach is built around one question: how do we create conditions for metabolic safety in your actual life? I want to tell you about Rebecca. She had no period for a year. She's done everything: supplements, cleanses, elimination diets, blood tests. Everything came back normal. Her doctors told her to wait and see. She came to me, she expected a new supplement protocol. What we did instead was stop fighting her body and start creating the conditions it needed to feel safe. Her period came back, not because we forced anything, because we finally stopped treating her body like a problem to be fixed and start treating it like a system asking for safety. I want to give you something today, not as a taste of a program, just as a tool that belongs to you. Tomorrow morning, before coffee, before your phone, I want you to do one thing. Rate your energy from 1 to 5. That's it. 1 means you're dragging, 5 means you woke up ready. Most women in your situation land between 1 and 2 without realizing it's not normal. This is your body's signal, unfiltered. Before caffeine masks it, before your schedule overrides it, this number, taken every morning for 7 days, will show you a pattern that tells you more about what's happening in your cortisol and blood sugar than any blood test. That's the morning energy check. Use it tomorrow. It takes 30 seconds. Thank you. Staying curious about your body instead of angry at it. And that takes something. I see it. You're one thing, your body is not malfunctioning, it's communicating. And now you know how to start treating it. Episode 4 is where hope becomes real. 4 pillars, and I'm going to share a second micro tool, so don't skip it. And before you go, I want to give you the morning energy check as a 30-day tracker, not just as an idea, but as something you can actually use every single morning for a month. One number before coffee, before your phone, 30 days of that number will show you your own cortisol curve more clearly than any blood test. The link is in the show notes, free. Print it or save it on your phone. Your body doesn't need more pressure, it needs more safety.